So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with a new video. Today we are going to be reviewing and doing a little tutorial and my thoughts on the Morphe AVANI Greg palette as well as their bronzer. The collection does have a lot more things guys, but those two are the only things that I did purchase because they really did caught my attention. So this is the palette. This is the outside packaging, super pretty. Be back. This does retail for $30 guys, and then when you open her up, she has a huge mirror, which I don't want to blind you, and then obviously the palette itself. Now from the black up to the white, all of these are obviously shadows, but once you get to these two lines, they are water activated liners, which is pretty cool. I've never seen that in a palette, so obviously that's the main reason why I did buy this palette guys. Now when you guys will see in the video, they obviously the eyeshadows, they work wonders like normal Morphe shadows work. Now when it comes to these down here, you do have to spray them or spray your brush, and I will just say guys that it was really hard and tricky to work with these little water liners. I did spray it and they dry down like super fast, so you have to work with it super fast. Now once I did get the perfect amount of water on there, they glided on like a dream. So for me is I literally grabbed my setting spray from NYX, the Bear With Me, and I sprayed it twice, and that was like the perfect amount of water or liquid for the liner to work perfectly. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm not sure you can use these as shadows, so that's the only thing about this palette. Other than that, I did use a lot of the shadows and they work perfectly fine. The formula is fine when it comes to blending it. So my only thing with this palette guys, once again, is you have to be patient with these up here. Maybe I have to work with it you know, a lot more and see if maybe just the one that I used was tricky. Maybe the other ones are a lot better, but that's my review on that. Now my thoughts on the bronzer. First of all, super huge packaging, love it. When you open her up, she also does have a mirror and the bronzer. Guys, I love this bronzer. I love it. I think it's the perfect shade for me right now. It's huge, and obviously this retails for $20, so it is a little bit expensive compared to a normal bronzer, but you do get a lot of product in here, so that would be my only thing. Now honestly guys, I'm a makeup lover, so obviously I enjoy and love collecting things like this, but that's my only thing with the palette. If you're interested and want to try it out, of course feel free to buy it. My only thing was the little liners, like they're not the best, to be very honest with you, and that is the main reason why I personally did buy this palette. But other than that guys, I did enjoy obviously creating this look. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you guys want to see how I got this look, then obviously stay tuned. We'll jump right into the video. So this is the palette. I'm just showing you guys what it looks like. Again, very pretty, very colorful. And I am going to go ahead and prime my lid with the NYX Glow With Me concealer. They do have a foundation and a concealer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take that and pat it all over my lid, and then just kind of blend it out with this little camo elf sponge. Now the first shade I'm gonna take is called I Cry, and like again, I'm gonna map it out like I usually do guys. And for that, I am gonna take my Morphe and Jeffree Star JS10 little brush, and I'm pretty much just like you guys see on the video, just packing it on and kind of blending, or not blending it, but just packing it on and mapping it out. Now I did do a different type of shape at the end. I kind of did wing it out a little bit. Honestly, I never do these, so it was a little hard to do, I will say that, and it does look wonky once I start blending it, but at the end it did come together. So trust the process, because sometimes it will look a little crazy, but you just have to trust the process. Now here I did take a little small Morphe brush guys. This did come in their little I believe December Christmas edition, but I'm just blending that out. Now, I did go ahead and take with that same brush the shade called My Fave, which is just a purple color, and I'm blending that out as far up as I can. And then you guys know my looks are not my looks if I don't do a cut crease. I just feel like that is what works best with my eye shape, and just so my shadows can look, you know, like they can show up. Now I'm taking that same concealer, and then I just took a little BH Cosmetics brush. So you guys already know the drill. You're gonna cut the crease, so here I'm just patting back on the shade I Cry, which is what we applied on the crease. And again, like I said, it was a little difficult because I never usually do this type of like winged shadow, if that makes sense. But it does come together at the end. Now I'm going to take this blue shade called Phony. I will leave it on the screen. It's a very weird name, but that's just gonna go right next to I Cry, just so we have a nice transition for the shade we are gonna go ahead and apply in the beginning of the eye. And pretty much I used the same little brush from that Morphe collection. Now here I took the shade called LMAO, which is a very violet glittery purple color. Very pretty, very pretty. It looks really stunning on the eye actually. Now we are going to move on to the wet liners, and I'm taking the shade called The Beb, which I will leave it on the screen. Again, very weird name, but I will leave it on there. And I'm gonna go ahead and create a winged line with it. Now I will say this, guys, they dry out super quick, so if you don't work with it quick, it's gonna be dry on the pan by the time you go ahead and dip a second time. Now I did notice that when I sprayed it twice, that was like the perfect amount to get it just a little bit more pigmented and not so dry. Also, if you don't wet them enough, they are a very chalky formula. So this palette disappointed me a little bit. I was expecting a lot more from those liquid liners. Now moving on to the bronzer. This is obviously the bronzer in the shade Hawaii. As you guys saw, it's a huge pan and very pigmented, and honestly I love the color of this bronzer. I feel like I'm going to be using this all summer. Very pretty. It goes really pretty on my skin, and I just love the color. I love the color. I love the size. I don't think it was too expensive, and I just overall love how it gave color back to my face. I don't know if you guys noticed in the beginning, but my face is really tan. Like I got super tan this past week or two. So my face is really darker from my body because I haven't even like tanned my body. So I'm kind of trying to see, you know, my whole foundation situation. Everything that I did use for my face, guys, is going to be listed below. I just did this just so we could save some time and get to the review and my thoughts on these two little Morphe and AVANI Greg palettes and bronzer. But here I'm just going to go ahead and contour my nose a little bit, and then I am going to go ahead and just set my nose a little bit more, and then just continue to set the rest of my face. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this color in the waterline, which is called Maddie Don't Like, which is literally between the shade in the purple and then that blue cool tone that we use. That's just going to go on the waterline. And then for the inner corner, I went ahead and used that same shade called LMAO, which honestly, I love it. It is so pretty. Usually, guys, I'm not into purples, but this palette and the purples in here definitely are a vibe, and that's why I kind of went for the colors that kind of were all in the same like purplish bluish family. But yeah, guys, this is the final look, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will be back with a new video. See you soon. Bye, guys.